Hi, this is Carl from Web Courses Bangkok. We're going to be looking at now taking the design that we made in week 2 and then slicing and dicing it to get it ready to put into HTML. So we're actually connecting the Photoshop file that we made to HTML by taking all the images from the design and then saving them as individual files. So we just need to open up the design in Photoshop that we made last week, and here it is. Okay, we first need to have a look at what we're going to slice up that becomes images, because each slice becomes its own image, and then we use that image in the HTML to make your website design. For this one, we're going to be slicing up this part here, which is the header, because we're using different fonts from the standard ones, and also we've got this logo here, so obviously that has to become an image. Just below there we've got the navigation, and this gradient part here will become an individual image which will then repeat all the way across. The next image is obviously our content image here, so we're going to slice that up as well. And then finally our two social networking icons there for Twitter and Facebook. So we're going to be using the slice tool, which is just underneath the crop tool. So if you just click and hold, you can then select the slice tool underneath there. Okay, so we've identified the areas that will become our images, so let's just slice that up. Now I'm actually going to zoom in a little bit, so I'm just going to select the zoom tool, and then I'm going to go right to the edge. Now when you are doing this, it's very, very important that you're very precise. If you're not, it can knock things out later, and you can have a lot of problems when you're doing your actual HTML. Okay, Control and minus just to zoom out again. Okay, now you've sliced it like this, you've got to name it. So if you just right click on inside the slice and then edit the slice options, and this is just going to become simply header. Okay, now notice I don't click capital header because we don't put capitals or spaces or smiley faces in any of the file names, and because this will become the file name, we keep it very simple and lowercase. If you do want to use spaces, use a hyphen or a hash instead. Okay, so that's our header then sliced up. Now the navigation's a little bit different. We don't need the whole navigation, we just need a slice of it. So I'm just going to collect about this much. Okay, I could do it just 1 pixel width optimization, but the problem with that is it tends to be very difficult to select when you're actually saving it. So a little bit of extra space there won't matter too much on your load time, but it will really help you when you're actually saving the images. Right, the next part is again just renaming the slice. So we're going to call this nav-repeat. Again, no spaces, no smiley faces or capitals. Control Z, actual pixels. That's 2 of them down. Okay, just 3 to go. Next one is our content image. I'm just going to select the slice tool again. Really, really close. Okay, now you can see I've gone off a little bit there. So all I need to do is zoom in, and then I can drag it up right to the edges like so. So it's very, very important to keep it nice and tight. Okay, so let's move on. We're going to move all the way down to the footer now, and we're just going to slice up our 2 logos. So I'm going to zoom in by pressing Z, just a little shortcut there, and then I'm going to select my slice tool and just quickly get as tight as I possibly can to the image, and then this is icon Facebook. Now what I normally do is when I'm naming my images, I tend to name them what they are first and then their unique name. So for example, this is an icon from Facebook. The reason I do this is because when you're looking down your big list of images for any website, it's nice to be able to sort of group them into what they are, so whether buttons or icons or content images. Right, so again we're going to just do the same for the Twitter logo, and there we go, icon and Twitter. There we go. So that's it really. That's all the slicing and dicing that we need to do. The rest of it is all about saving. Now normally when we save, we always use save for web, and that's actually allowing us to optimize all our images for the web. Now the header here we've got selected as JPEG, and we can see that it's 34 kilobytes.
if we have it selected 100%. Now normally I have all my JPEG images set to around about 60%, and we can still see that it's 13.4K. But if I select the type as GIF, it goes all the way down to 8K. So we can see that this is the best type of file type for this image. And the reason is because it's a drawn image and it contains blocks of color. It's not like a photograph. Same thing for the navigation. It's like a slight gradient, all of the same color, and that's all the way down to 572 bytes, which is really small. This is a normal image. Now, if I just zoom in there, I can see that with a GIF, the quality of the image, because it's a photo, is very, very bad. So you don't normally use GIF for photos. What you normally use is a JPEG, and instantly you can see the difference in the quality there. Okay, so we're going to save that as a JPEG. And then further down, we've got our two logos. I'm just going to click the Select Slice tool, and I'm going to select the Facebook. So that's GIF, that's fine. And the Twitter needs to be GIF as well. So just select it like that. So what you normally do is you go through each of your layers, select the type of file that you want, and then you're ready to save. Okay, I'm just going to zoom out a little bit more. There's another place you can do it down at the bottom here to 50%, and now I can see all my design. Right, I'm going to go back now, and now I'm going to select all the slices that I want to save, because I don't want to select all the other ones and I don't want to save them all. I just want to save the 5 that we've got. So select your header and then hold down Shift and select the remaining ones like this. So that means now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the slices selected. What Photoshop does is it actually slices all the rest of your design for you should you save as HTML. We're not, because we're making our own HTML, so we just need to select slices that we want. Okay, so we're ready now, so just click on Save. Okay, now I'm just going to go back to my desktop and create a new folder. I'm going to call this website root, like that. Okay, then I'm going to click inside that new folder, so I'm inside the website root folder. Now, when we're saving the slices, the file name and the type doesn't matter because we've already selected that. What does matter is the slices here. Now, we wanted to select selected slices. So that means that we only save those 5 slices that we created. Now, you've noticed that there isn't an images folder here, but there will be when I click Save. So I'm just going to click Save now, and then that's done. So that's actually created all the slices. Okay, so I'm just going to close down Photoshop now, and I'm in my website root here on my desktop. Now you can see now it's created the images folder. Please remember, if you do need to resave, don't then go to File, Save for Web. Okay, click on Save and go inside the images folder. Don't do that because Photoshop automatically creates the images folder for you. Okay, so when you are saving, just go back to the same website root. Okay, so I'll just close this down like so, and here we are. Here's the images that we've just saved, and you can see that they've become individual images there. Okay, so that's how we connect the actual design to the individual images that then we use in the HTML to become our final design. That's everything for this tutorial. I hope it was useful. If you have any more questions, please ask your instructor. For more information, you can go to www.webcoursesbangkok.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.